Video here, we got some new scales for the Benchmade Griptilian, which is always cool to see. These are the loop scales from Flytanium. And part of the reason I get excited about the Griptilian is it is a classic knife, but a lot of people quite rightly don't love these Grivery scales. They're light, but they feel a little cheap. It just makes the whole knife feel a little bit just not as premium as you'd like for a $160 knife. Now you can go to Benchmade's custom shop and get a carbon fiber scale on there, but that makes this a $270 knife even in S30V in sort of a stock configuration, which is why it's great that we've got more aftermarket options like this one. So these are, like everything Flytanium does, going to be, I'm sure, very well machined. You have some nice contouring, some cool, slightly futuristic lines on here. They are made in China. Some people don't like to put made in China scales on their made in America knife. I'll go through some other options in a sec. But for $47, you get a set of scales in lots of cool different colors, probably anodized, that are going to make your knife feel more substantial, just better, probably in general. Haven't handled these, but I know Flytaniums work quite well. And they also have a version for the mini Griptilian if you want to have a match set or that's the knife you have. So now for other options, if you don't want something made in China or you just don't like the way these look, well, the top recommendation is probably AWT's Archon series. These are also aluminum, like everything AWT does, exceptionally well machined, some nice contours, some horizontal milling lines here, just really, really nicely done. Tons of different colors. You are paying more, $85 for this, but you're getting what you paid for. I've had these scales before. They really do make the knife feel more substantial, more premium, more robust, and they make it a little thinner and easier to carry to boot. You've also got Death Grip scales here. If you don't know Death Grip, you really should. Let's go through all their Griptilian options. So they've got some that sort of keep the traditional shape of the Griptilian. Then you've got their slim scales here. So if you want a slimmer Griptilian, look at that. That's his scales on the left. That's the stock scales. It takes a tenth of an inch off the width of the knife. Does make it much more pocketable. You got this great micro milling. They're just extremely well machined. Everything Death Grips does is great. Then you got these explorer style scales. If you want something that has a bit more of sort of a strider shape to it, I haven't tried these, but a lot of people love them. It's a sort of a new take on the Griptilian. And then if you want something bigger and chunkier, you do have Met and Boss here, lots of titanium, copper, brass options, high priced, $150 or more, but very nicely made. But I really did just want to highlight these new loop scales from titanium or from Flytanium. They're made of aluminum, not titanium, because it is always cool to see more scale options for such a classic knife that takes the Griptilian and just makes it a better knife for, our modern standards.